Hello there, it's another beautiful day right here in the city of Lagos or wherever it is you're from watching this video. This is Stick Media, and of course, we are on YouTube. I would implore you to subscribe. It's ESTIQMEDIA as you see below the screen. You can also send us, your mail messages if at all there is anything you need us to do when it comes to brand revitalization, identification, representation, and even covering your events. Will give it that virility, life, and color that your brand requires. What exactly are we talking about today on Estic Media? In the polity or in the world of politics, there's actually quite a lot trending. But recently, it's been Peter Obi, Labour Party, and River State between Wike, the FCT minister, and Fubara, the governor of River State. And I must tell you, it's been quite a lot happening in that regard. I'm going to first of all start off anyway with this unfortunate situation that took place last night. Apparently, Julius Abure and his family, God really saved them. You know what? There was a fire outbreak in their house, and if not for some of the security men and some residents along the area that witnessed or saw the smoke billowing out of his house or a particular section of his house, we don't even know what story we will be hearing now. But thank God he's alive and he's well. However, the report that circulated the media space across several online platforms was that Julius Abure escaped an attempted assassination. And why exactly is that? Now, recently, as I told you, Julius Abure has been involved in an imbroglio between some members of the Labour Party and himself. And apparently, he seems to have lost the trust of the people within the Labour Party. In the just recently supposed scheduled convention in Anambra State, the Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate in the person of Peter Obi distanced himself. Even INEC was not part of that convention. And of course, journalists were barred from being part of the convention, which prompted the Board of Trustees to take charge of the activities within the party and disclose to the press that very soon another convention will take place, and they will disclose a new date to people, to everyone who wants to be part of the convention. And you know that before then, though, Julius Abure had been accused of financial embezzlement, accounting for the amount of money given to the Labour Party within the practice of those who are trying to show support for Peter Obi. Again, that was one of the scenarios surrounding Julius Abure. So when this fire incident happened, the question was, in what way was it an assassination attempt? What would anyone gain by assassinating Julius Abure? Because at this time around, it seems all the favors are against him, not for him. Because the question is, did you schedule a convention without giving prior notice to INEC, which is 21 days according to the Electoral Act? You give 21 days to the Independent National Electoral Commission to be aware. You also barred journalists from being part of a convention. And then have you been able to get yourself out of these financial allegations leveled against you? So at the end of the day, though, Julius Abure is not really in the favorable light of a lot of people. There's a lot of questions surrounding his personality, and until he's able to clear that, then of course maybe, just maybe, that he can regain the trust of his Labour Party members and those who actually love Peter Obi and are showing or extending that support to the Labour Party. So what would anyone gain by trying to assassinate him now? That's the question, though, critics are asking. I want you to actually tell me what you think. Or is it true? Do you think that it's an opposition manipulation to want to maybe look for a way to take him out of the picture? I really cannot say. Or which Labour Party member would be in charge of this entire scenario, whereby if he's out of the picture, he stands to gain. Alright, anyways, the 2023 presidential candidate in person of Peter Obi has eventually reacted. And of course, basically, he said when the situation happened on Wednesday, Peter Obi is actually saying that it was a mysterious fire. This was done through his spokesperson, Obiora Ifo. Apparently, the fire started a few minutes after 1 a.m. while Abure and his members were asleep. Guess what? Now, via his official handle, Obi said he sincerely sympathized with Julius Abure and his family. He knows how traumatized they will be concerning the sad incident. However, the called on the party members and Nigerians to wait for the outcome of the investigation from the police and the fire service on the cause of the incident before they begin to make speculations as to the fact that it was an attempted assassination attempt on his life and the members of his family. So, what do you think, though? Why that headline, attempted assassination attempt on Julius Abure? Who would want to assassinate him? What would the person gain if Julius Abure is assassinated? Is he a presidential candidate? He's no longer the chairman of the Labour Party. As it stands, the board of trustees is in charge of the party. So why would anyone want to go through this entire process and stress themselves out just to what? Mutilate somebody and put him out of the picture? I do not know. Now, another scenario is between Inyes Wike, the FCT minister, and Fubara, the River State governor. Fubara has warned right now. The fact that he's quiet does not mean he does not have a spine. He's warning Inyes Wike that he should be careful, otherwise he's going to expose him. In fact, Fubara blew hot. He said, "You think that me having to concede with a political solution to avoid a crisis that may have spewed in Rivers State does not mean I am spineless, and it doesn't mean I do not know what to do. I vehemently and very well know what to do. I just want peace." And it is a term called respecting your elder. In other words, Tinubu coming to intervene in this particular matter between him and Inyes Wike is an extension of him showing his sense of respect and gratitude. Well, number one, Tinubu is a president, and number two, he's an elderly person. But you want Inyes Wike and those who are supporting him, they shouldn't push him to the wall, otherwise he will spill. Do you think Fubara should spill? What exactly is that secret that Fubara thinks if he says is going to pull Wike down? Anyways, we all know that being in politics is not with a clean hand. You already know what you get yourself involved in. So if you spill against Inyes Wike, wouldn't Inyes Wike spill against you too? I mean, he had already boasted that some of the Labour Party, no, rather not Labour Party, some of the PDP members, specifically his loyalists, I'm referring to Inyes Wike now, he said he sponsored their nomination and buying of their nomination and interest forms in 2014, also in 2019, that he actually was the one who helped support them. So it's not surprising that they decide to show him support. So beyond that, what else could it be that if you expose Inyes Wike, it will be his downfall? But a lot of critics are saying enough is enough for Inyes Wike. Why don't you concentrate as being the FCT, minister that you are, rather than having to focus on River State? Don't you think it's distracting, or is that something that gives you joy to be in the news for the negative reason? What exactly do you think Fubara owes you, that you think he needs to owe you his life, or literally pay attention to you all the time, submit to you on whatever decision he needs to make concerning River State? This is not Lagos. That's what a lot of critics are saying. But the question now is, where are the PDP members? Why are they quiet? Although they said they were going to take action on those who went against the party during the 2023 presidential elections, we're yet to see what punitive measures they intend to implement. Will they implement the punitive measures on Inyes Wike? Because we saw how he and four other governors literally went against the party to show support for the APC. Inyes Wike betrayed his party to deliver River State to the APC. So at this stage, where is the PDP in all of this crisis? Fubara is still a staunch PDP member. So is it that the PDP feel this is not their fight to fight? Do they feel they do not have a say in this? Well, literally, the situation between Inyes Wike and Fubara is destabilizing the state. And at this point in time, I think it's important, right, that a lot of people, specifically Wike and Fubara and those supporting him, to speak out and ask for what? Independence, so that Fubara can do what he needs to do. However, would you consider, or would you actually push and motivate Fubara to spill the secret he says he has against Inyes Wike? I think that would be something to look into. Recently, though, Inyes Wike has not been garnering favor from a lot of political members and political affiliates. Remember, just 2 or 3 days ago, he talked about the fact that he made a denigrating statement towards a certain ethnic group. In other words, he made a statement like, why would you give such a land mass to a particular individual? This individual is an Igbo man, and that generated concerns. The Igbo community came ahead and said they came together and asked and gave Inyes Wike a 7-day ultimatum. Within that 7 days, Inyes Wike is to explain and apologize. Otherwise, the Igbos will release the gods of the land against Inyes Wike. And I don't know if Inyes Wike can face the gods of the land of Igbo land, or the gods of the land within the eastern region. However, the question is, regardless of what the FCT minister is doing concerning observing his protocol or his due diligence in discharging his duties, did he need to make such denigrating statements towards a particular ethnic group, considering how, would I say, the theme thread currently holding the nation with the political, social, economic, and even ethnic sentiments that have become rife in the political space. I don't think anybody who is already in office should be making such statements that will strengthen the already weakened situation when it comes to such ethnic sentiments among some Nigerians. Already, we see how social media has been agog with such sentimental statements and ethnic rivalry all over the place. It's not anything anybody should encourage, not to talk of one who actually holds such an office title as the FCT minister. All these are the things actually trending in the political arena. What are your thoughts? Do you think Inyesom Wike should mind his business and keep quiet and focus on whatever he needs to focus on in his region? What do you think about Fubara? Do you think he's been too quiet? Him having to stand up now and defend himself, is it too late? Don't you think he should have spoken out earlier? This threat he wants to give out, if you know you have something against Inyesom Wike that can make him silent forever, why don't you say something? Does it mean that if Fubara says something, he would also be implicating himself? So he'd rather just give a threat and then for Wike to stay back? Do you think Wike will listen to the threat he gave and then keep quiet, or he will continue to talk more? Maybe because he feels he has an upper hand. Other critics feel that Inyesom Wike is being backed up by the president, and that's why he has continued to do what he's doing. They feel he's gaining support somewhere, and that the person who can only give him the support is the president. So the president should intervene and see how he can possibly resolve the crisis by talking to Inyesom Wike to focus on his jurisdiction and leave Fubara alone to handle the affairs of Rivers State. So, do you think the president has a hand in this? As some critics feel that the president has a hand in this whole thing, otherwise they feel it wouldn't have continued. Do you see with what is going on in the country now and the majority of what I say responsibility on the table of the president? Do you see him backing Inyesom Wike with his recent theatrics and utterances recently, or Inyesom Wike is just being as himself, talking a lot and doing what he knows how to do, right? Waking the politics, create distraction, and let Nigerians forget or look away from what they're supposed to talk about and focus on him. Who knows? That could be it. Well, these are basically what is trending. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Send us a mail, send your messages, put in your comments, be part of the conversation. My name is Esther Machiku. Bye for now.